And speaking of retirement, it's now time for Your Money, a new segment where we tap into the expertise of one of the area's premier financial advisors. I'd like to welcome back Adam Wolf, the president of Wolf Retirement Navigation.
Thank you, Mark.
So thanks for coming back. Now, last time we were on, we're just kind of getting an introduction of who you are, what you're doing. A lot of people know you in the community. You are the premier coach when it comes to retirement, and that's your area of expertise.
Sure.
Now, since you've been on before, we actually have a new president-elect. And a lot of people right now, they're uncertain about the future of the economy, especially when it comes to retirement. IRAs, 401ks, things like that. So can you just tell us, like the viewer at home, because you got to listen to this, what can they expect?
Yeah, so, a couple different things, but the major one is, a lot of folks have their 401ks, their IRAs, money in the stock market are tied to the stock market. The stock market did something that was like unhistorical. It was one of those, the market was up the day after, Trump was elected. Historically, it has been the other way around. So this allows us now, if you don't have a game plan in place, or if you have a game plan in place, but because of now the new president, and now we can look forward to, markets going up, markets going down, lots of volatility, that we may want to revisit your plan and create a plan to help you get through the next multiple election cycles.
Right, so the trend was the Dow Jones was up, I think, 2 days right afterwards, right? And then the global markets as well. So that's a good trend, but at the same time, you got to think about, we're looking into the future, right? So what can you do to protect yourself?
One of the things that we like to look at, at our shop is looking at the tax ramifications of the future. I mean, a lot of people, up until Trump getting elected, thought that the taxes were actually going to go up in the future. Now, we have $20 trillion, or close to $20 trillion in federal debt. So one of the only ways to pay that down or pay that off is to raise revenue. Federal government does that via taxes going up. So be wary of taxes going up in the future, and have a plan in place to protect against taxes going up in the future.
So that's interesting. So one of the things I would imagine, now is the time, if you really haven't made the steps, to look into retirement. Now is the time to do it because of the uncertainty. You would think that stereotypically Republican usually means lower taxes, but what you're saying, because of the debt, that might not be the case.
Exactly.
And we don't know yet really until he gets in and starts to actually make decisions.
Yep.
So again, like what can people do right now, I guess, to take the right steps to prepare themselves for the uncertainty in the market?
Yeah, one of the big things is when you're looking actually to interviewing advisors, or if you're working with a financial professional, is to know that, some of the rules that are in place right now through the Department of Labor are to have a financial fiduciary where everyone that works with retirement funds, if they're advisors or financial professionals, they have to put your interest ahead of their own. Right now, it's not that way, but the rule in place that's coming down the pike will be that way. So ask your current advisor or anybody that you're interviewing, do they have your best interest at heart? That's the first step.
That makes a lot of sense. Now let's talk about this. You have something that you're offering, which I think is so smart. It's a stress test.
Correct.
Okay, and basically it's going to be a snapshot of where you are as far as your retirement plan. And you're offering this right now to the first 10 people that call, and this is like a $500 value.
Exactly.
So how important and crucial is this? Because the time really is now to figure out, hey, where am I? Am I protected for the future?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a huge deal. And right now, here's the number to call. So it's 904-232-8760. So contact now to get this stress test. And can you break it down? So
Sure.
What is in it for the viewer if they get this?
Yeah, it's one of those first steps that you want to take to understand your actual portfolio and your accounts. Your IRAs, your 401ks, we first dial in and look at the true fees you're paying, because a lot of people don't know exactly what they're paying. They're told one thing, it's really another thing. It's tens of thousands of dollars of savings if your fees are reduced. Also, looking at the risk, the next correction that happens, which we haven't had one in a long, long time, a very large correction, we are actually going to dive in and say, how much risk does your portfolio truly have? And then we put together peace of mind and education to empower ourselves to make great decisions with our money in the future. Without that, you're sort of lost.
Right. You don't know what you don't know. That's the bottom line. So this is a way to check in to see really where you're at and then to make the necessary steps and plan for the future.
Correct.
And really the time is now. Again, it's such a big topic right now with the economy, the uncertainty, what's going to happen. So right now, we already have the first 10 people, so that's great. So wolfretirement.com if you have any other questions for Adam. And then one more time, the number is 904-232-8760. Again, wolfretirement.com. Adam, thanks again for coming on.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate
Always learn
it.
so much from you.
Yeah, see you next time. Thank you.
We'll be back.